Chongqing, located in southwest China, has evolved from a modest trading port into one of the world's largest cities by population, boasting over 32 million residents today. This transformation is not merely the result of organic growth, but is a product of deliberate policies, significant infrastructure investments, and strategic integration into China's broader economic landscape. From its historical roots as a trading hub and wartime capital to its current status as an economic powerhouse and administrative hub, Chongqing's development has mirrored China's overall modernization and urbanization efforts. The city's journey from a small town to a sprawling metropolis reveals much about the policy decisions, economic strategies, and urban planning that define contemporary China. Historical background: from ancient settlement to wartime capital. Chongqing's history stretches back more than 3,000 years to the time of the Ba state during the Zhou dynasty, when it became a key settlement due to its strategic location at the confluence of the Yangtze and Jialing rivers. This positioning allowed Chongqing to become an early trading hub, with goods flowing in and out of the surrounding region. As trade routes developed along the Yangtze River, Chongqing grew in importance, drawing settlers and merchants who transformed it into a bustling town. In the 13th century, the Mongol invasions affected much of the region, but Chongqing's location and defensive fortifications enabled it to withstand sieges, preserving its status as a vital city in the southwest. The city's role expanded significantly during the 20th century, particularly during the Second Sino-Japanese War, 1937 to 1945, when it served as the wartime capital of China after the fall of Nanjing. As the temporary capital, Chongqing became a central hub for Chinese military and political operations, housing foreign embassies, government officials, and factories that were relocated inland for security. This wartime prominence brought an influx of resources and infrastructure, laying the groundwork for its post-war development. Chongqing's status as a military and industrial centre continued under the Communist Party, as it was earmarked as a key site for manufacturing and defence industries. Policy initiatives, paving the way for growth. Chongqing's rapid expansion is largely attributed to a series of policy decisions and strategic initiatives aimed at regional development. Three major policy frameworks played a critical role in Chongqing's evolution. Elevation to municipal status, 1997. One of the most pivotal moments in Chongqing's development was its designation as a direct-controlled municipality in 1997. This elevated Chongqing's administrative status to the level of Beijing, Shanghai, and Tianjin, giving it provincial-level authority over its governance and economic policies. With this new status, Chongqing gained control over its surrounding rural areas and was empowered to implement economic initiatives tailored to local needs. This autonomy facilitated faster decision-making and allowed Chongqing to attract investment and pursue large-scale infrastructure projects without waiting for provincial approval. This move not only integrated the urban and rural parts of Chongqing more cohesively, but also positioned the city as a key player in Western China's development. Researchers have noted that this elevated status allowed Chongqing to operate with a level of political and economic flexibility that most Chinese cities lack, accelerating its growth considerably. Western Development Strategy, 2000s. In the early 2000s, the Chinese government launched the Go West initiative, formerly known as the Western Development Strategy, aimed at reducing economic disparities between Eastern and Western China. Under this initiative, significant investments were channeled into Chongqing, which became a priority area for development. The central government provided financial incentives, tax breaks, and funding for infrastructure projects designed to boost economic activity. This policy attracted foreign direct investment, FDI, promoted industrial growth, and established Chongqing as a crucial link in China's Belt and Road Initiative. The Western Development Strategy essentially turned Chongqing into a focal point for Western China's modernization, enabling it to attract multinational corporations, which spurred further urbanization. Urban-rural integration and land reforms. Chongqing became a pioneer in China's urban-rural integration efforts, launching several reforms to bridge the gap between urban and rural areas. The most notable reform was the land ticket system, which allowed rural land to be converted for urban use, giving rural residents an opportunity to benefit from urban expansion. By monetizing rural land and transferring ownership to urban investors, this system facilitated rapid urbanization while providing rural populations with compensation, education, and job opportunities in urban areas. Scholars such as Chang Liu, in their thesis on Chongqing's urbanization, note that these policies allowed Chongqing to expand its metropolitan area, integrating suburban and rural communities into the city's economic fabric, which helped accommodate the influx of residents from rural regions. Infrastructure development, building a mega-city. Chongqing's infrastructure development has been essential in transforming it into a mega-city. Massive investments in transportation, housing, utilities, and public amenities have enabled the city to accommodate millions of new residents. The city's growth has included transportation. Chongqing boasts an extensive transportation network with over 11,000 kilometers of highways, multiple bridges spanning the Yangtze and Jialing rivers, and a rapidly expanding metro system. The Chongqing-Jiangbei International Airport, one of China's busiest airports, serves as a major hub connecting Western China to the rest of the world. The city's central location and improved logistics infrastructure have made it an essential node in China's Belt and Road Initiative, facilitating trade and attracting global businesses. Port development. Situated on the Yangtze River, Chongqing's port has been modernized to handle high cargo volumes, making it an inland shipping powerhouse. The city is connected to the Three Gorges Dam project, which allows larger ships to navigate the river and transport goods to and from the coast. Chongqing's port facilities have supported its role as a logistics hub, further integrating it into both regional and international supply chains. Industrial zones and economic development zones. The establishment of the Liangjiang New Area in 2010, one of China's first inland economic development zones, was a landmark initiative for Chongqing. This zone was designed to attract high-tech industries, advanced manufacturing and research and development (R&D) facilities. Major corporations such as Ford, HP and Microsoft have set up operations in the area, contributing to the city's economic dynamism and creating thousands of jobs. These zones continue to attract domestic and international investments, diversifying Chongqing's economy and solidifying its reputation as a tech and manufacturing hub. Population growth and urban expansion. Chongqing's population has skyrocketed, growing from a few million residents in the mid-20th century to over 32 million today. This growth is fueled by both natural population increases and significant migration from rural areas. Between 1997 and 2020, Chongqing's urbanization rate surged from 30% to over 60%, reflecting the city's transition from a predominantly rural landscape to a modern urban metropolis. Chongqing's economic policies, job opportunities, and improved living standards have attracted millions of migrants seeking better livelihoods, contributing to urban sprawl and the creation of satellite cities within the metropolitan area. Economic transformation. From industry to a diversified economy, Chongqing's economy has evolved from a traditional manufacturing base to a diversified economy with strengths in technology, automotive production and finance. In the early years of its development, Chongqing relied heavily on manufacturing, particularly in heavy industries like steel and defense. Over time, however, the city diversified its economic base to include high-tech sectors and financial services. Today, Chongqing has emerged as a regional leader in electronics manufacturing, automotive production and software development, hosting multinational corporations and thousands of domestic firms. Chongqing's GDP has experienced remarkable growth, rising from approximately 20 billion in 1997 to over 350 billion in 2023. This growth trajectory reflects the city's success in creating a balanced economy, leveraging its strengths in traditional manufacturing, while also embracing emerging sectors. The city's focus on high-value industries and services has improved per capita income, reduced poverty rates, and attracted talent from across China. Challenges and future outlook. Despite Chongqing's impressive growth, the city faces several challenges, including environmental sustainability, traffic congestion, and socio-economic inequality. The rapid pace of industrialization and urbanization has put pressure on Chongqing's natural resources, with air and water pollution emerging as serious concerns. The city's mountainous topography exacerbates air quality issues as pollutants tend to become trapped, creating health risks for residents. Chongqing has responded by investing in green technologies and promoting public transportation to reduce its carbon footprint. Plans such as Chongqing 2035 aim to promote sustainable development through compact urban planning, expansion of green spaces, and public transit systems. The city also grapples with social challenges, as urbanization has led to income disparities and housing pressures. To address these issues, Chongqing's government has implemented affordable housing schemes and social welfare programs, aiming to improve living conditions for low-income residents. Efforts to integrate migrant populations and provide social services are ongoing, as the city works to create an inclusive and equitable urban environment. Chongqing's legacy and modern role. Chongqing's transformation from a small city into a global megacity exemplifies the impact of strategic policy implementation, infrastructural investment, and economic planning. Its growth reflects the broader trend of China's rapid urbanization and modernization, demonstrating how strategic policy choices can propel regional development on an unprecedented scale. As Chongqing continues to grow, its role as a hub of innovation, logistics, and economic development will likely expand, shaping the city's future and influencing urbanization trends across China and beyond.